What's up guys, Rob Optimal Bodies. Now today I want to do a video about why diets fail. So the main reasons why I think people can't stick to a diet. And it's not necessarily their fault. A lot of the time it's because of how you're setting up the diet. So obviously the type of diet that you're on and then things that you're doing in your lifestyle during that diet. So diet is actually a word used just to say what you eat, but we see it as like a short-term word. So someone says they're starting a diet, you're thinking short term. They might be doing it for the holiday. They might do it just a quick 6-week diet, 12 weeks. Diet mainly is what you're eating for the rest of your life, which is not, for a start, it's not what everyone wants to hear. Okay, so if you go back to eating how you used to eat, you're going to go back to eating how you used to look. So first of all, get that in your mind that you're probably going to have to eat the way you're eating for the rest of your life, and that's why the setup needs to be perfect. It needs to be the best for you, because it has to be something you'll be able to stick to. That is the diets that work are the ones that you can stick to. It's obvious. If you can remain consistent, you're losing 1 to 2 pound a week, it's all going to add up by the end of the year. And if it's too challenging, then of course you're going to give in, of course you're going to fail. So it's got to be the right setup, and it's got to be something that you can do for the rest of your life, not like buying supplements, these shake diets and pills and things that you have to buy them for the rest of your life. That is not how the human body works. So that's just a quick, short yo-yo diet that you're probably going to put the fat back on unless you stay to this calorie restricted diet and this liquid diet sort of thing, these shakes, which they're not sustainable. So I don't recommend those. You might lose a lot of weight at the start, but what is that weight? Is it your bone mass? Is it your muscle mass? Is it your organs? Before any fat comes off. So you can lose weight, not necessarily be healthy or look good. So we want to lose body fat, okay? So I've got some top tips on why and what you can do to make a diet sustainable and not to fail at your diet, okay? So number one, and it's setting yourself up, not setting yourself up for failure, so it's setting yourself up for success. So it's basically really simple. It's eating the right foods in the first place, and I'll go into that. Okay, so if you're on a diet that has a lot of carbohydrates, sugar, still got bread, pasta, potatoes, crisps, chips, sugar on its own, those sort of things in your diet, then you're never going to become fat adapted. So I've done videos on this before, what it means to be fat adapted. So it's about having energy to fast. So remember, when you're not eating, your body is using its own body fat, which is great for energy. That's what it's there for, okay? But when you're eating sugar, carbohydrates, your body's in this sugar burning mode. You want to get it in this fat burning mode to be able to mobilize, get fat out of fat cells and become lean, okay? So if you've still got carbohydrates in your diet, even if you've lowered them slightly, you might still be having 50 grams or so, some porridge in the morning or something like that. You're not giving your body a chance to run off fat. It's still wanting that little sugar fix. It's like you're still giving it that little drug, giving that little hit. So you want to be on a, as I said before, protein and fat diet. It's how we evolved. It's what the body craves, okay? And it's because you get full really quick, okay? And you become fat adapted. You can fast for long periods of time. You just end up eating less overall, okay? So if you've still got carbs in your diet, I think you're going to set yourself up for failure unless you're really active and you're burning them off. But I don't think that's sustainable as a long-term fat and protein diet, eating animal products. So you're eating meat, eggs, bit of cheese, okay, chicken, might be a bit leaner, so you might need to cook it in some sort of butter or coconut oil, those sort of things. You're going to be satiated, which means you're full, okay? If you're full, you're not going to want to eat. If you can go long periods of time without eating and use your body fat, you're not going to want to cheat, okay? So fat is more satiating, and that is the solution. Protein and fat, every cell in your body wants it, your body craves it. Hormones get released to say you're full when you eat that food. When you eat carbs, you can just binge on it until your stomach's full. You end up eating more overall, okay? So have the right types of food in your diet in the first place, what your body wants and what we're made of, protein and fat, animal products, okay? Essentially, we're animals. Okay, number 2, okay? And it sounds simple, but you're probably eating too much. If you're failing on your diet, if you're not losing weight, then you're probably not going to stick to your diet. But if you see a big change in the first couple of weeks, that's going to spur you on to keep going, okay? So that goes back to point number 1. If you're eating the right food, you're probably eating less of it because you'll be full, okay? So my solution again, don't be snacking, no snacks. If you're eating the right food, you shouldn't need to snack. And just cutting out snacks, you're going to eat less overall. So I usually get my clients skipping breakfast, which automatically drops some calories out, let the body burn fat nice throughout the morning. And usually we're rushing in the morning, so it gives your body time to do other things. You don't have to worry about making breakfast, okay? And after a few days of doing it, you get used to it and you're not as hungry in the morning. Your body can release body fat and you're not hungry and you don't need that sugar fix. Okay, going back to point number 1. So, and another solution to that is, I said 2 meals a day. So just forget about snacks. A lot of people ask me, what snacks shall I have? You shouldn't need snacks. If you're eating the right foods, you're not snacking. So when you're not snacking, your body's running off your body fat. That's feeding your body, okay? So the bigger you are, the more food you've got around you, okay? That's what your body's there for. It's storing it for a rainy day, but that rainy day never comes because we've got food, so it's so accessible, okay? So let your body burn body fat, and know that when you're not eating, you're burning body fat, okay? Eat your protein and fat, and you're going to be okay. So point number 3 also links in. Most people don't do enough exercise, okay? They start a diet and they expect that usually you've got to be in a calorie deficit, so basically you're eating less than you're burning. So if you've got that in place, you might not lose weight as quick as you want, lose body fat as quick as you want. So have a look at your exercise regime. Are you exercising? Are you putting muscle on your body? The more muscle you have on your body, the higher your metabolism is. So do resistance type exercises, sprinting, lifting weights. It's really healthy for men and women, which I've gone into before, previous videos, go back to those. Optimizing hormone levels, etc. Okay, so if you're struggling, but you've followed points 1 and 2, you're eating the right stuff, you're doing short little intermittent fasts, you're not snacking, and you're still struggling to lose the fat, exercise more or just increase your energy expenditure, okay? You might get one of those step counters, try do 10,000 steps a day, those sort of things. Go to the gym once or twice. That extra burning of calories and body fat will help you, and then it help you in the long run, not just burning while you're in there, but after training, that post-exercise oxygen consumption, okay? So interval training, weight training, you get that effect. You're burning body fat after, and the more muscle you have, you're building muscle. That is metabolically active tissue, so that's burning calories just at rest, okay? So it takes calories to keep that alive, so it burns body fat, refueling glycogen on its own. You don't need carbs to do it, okay? And the last one is, I want to introduce you to my mate Will, okay? It's called willpower. So yeah, you need some willpower, okay? So I want you to put all the first 1, 2, 3 points in place, and that'll help you have more willpower. If you're setting yourself up for failure by having the wrong foods, still snacking, that willpower, it's going to be hard. Like, no matter how strong you are, you can't have enough. So it's easy saying just do it, but you need those in place, and then you do need that little extra bit of willpower if they're in place. Because if they're not, then you're setting yourself up for failure and you're going to struggle. Okay, so it's understandable why people give in. It doesn't mean you're weak, but if you've got those in place, then sometimes you just need a bit of willpower in certain situations, okay? So first of all, don't have bad food in your house. If you're constantly seeing food, okay, we're not used to constantly seeing it as we evolved. We might go days without food, and then we see like an animal running about, and that's our kill, okay? So we're wired to eat until we're full. We're wired to eat if we see something, okay? The problem is it's all around us, so getting that in your head that it's your brain tricking you. You're not hungry. You wouldn't have been hungry if you hadn't seen that cake on the side, if you hadn't smelt that cooking, if you hadn't gone past that bakery, okay? So that's when you need that willpower, and just remember that it's just your brain playing tricks on you. If you wasn't hungry before, then just think, all right, it's just evolutionary mechanism, okay? And you can override it, okay? Find a family friend or a loved one, or just one of your mates to diet with. Do it together. Set a target. Say, right, we're going on holiday in 6 weeks, let's do it together. We'll do it from then. Enjoy your holiday, come back, start again. If you're doing it right, you'll be able to go back on this path, because diet is a lifestyle, not just this short term. But as I said, you can enjoy yourself, okay? You have events, but if you've got an event every weekend, it might be 2 days a week where you're just spoiling what you've burnt through the week. So it's easy saying, oh, I've got this coming up, I can't stick to my diet. Sometimes you've got to have willpower. Check the menu. If you're going out for a meal, you can still order something that sticks to your diet. Get a nice steak, okay? Some sort of, if you're on your protein and fat, which I recommend, then there's always ways. You can ask for it without the chips, you can ask for it without potatoes, okay? There's always ways around it. You don't have to give in just because people are eating around you. And then just feel strong and powerful that you can say no. If someone offers you something, just say no thanks, I'm on a diet. And hopefully, if they're a good person, they'll support you. If they're trying to push it onto you, then just let them do it. Just be glad that you've probably got more willpower than them. Like, they might not have done it there because they might be eating the wrong food. Doesn't mean you're a stronger person, but take pride in saying no, okay? And it'll feel better than saying yes, and then you eat it. Might feel nice for a few seconds, and then you're annoyed that you've ruined your diet, and you'll go off track probably for the rest of the week, okay? So just get used to saying no. People will suddenly stop, they'll stop asking you if they realise you're on a diet, and if they're a good person, they should support you, okay? And they might even question you then and say, oh, so what? Why are you eating this sort of food? Is this stuff not the stuff I should be eating? You can educate them as well. Most people want to lose weight. Most people are happy with their body, okay? Because it's food's all around. Obesity is on a rise. So you can pass the message on, help people, okay? Okay, so have that willpower. Check the menu, say no, and recommend, after you've done it for a month or so, if you've stuck to a good diet, start putting a cheat meal in just once a week. That's when you can go out with your partner or a mate, or if there's an event coming up, then you can like splurge and enjoy yourself for that one meal, and you don't have to feel guilty. You know you've earned that meal, so make sure you stay strict through the week. Have that meal the next day. Probably feel a bit groggy because it's food you haven't had in a while, but it should spur you on. So you might have a bit of water weight, you might feel a bit bloated. It should spur you on to get back on your diet. So you've got to get back on your diet, and that's when you need the willpower again, okay? So cheat meal once a week, if you, depending on your personality, if you can get back on your diet straight away. If you can't, then it's not necessary. You don't always have to have one, and it depends on your body fat levels, so it's all individualistic for that. Okay, so, and as I said, it'll all be easier if you address points 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so eating the right foods, not eating too much and snacking and exercising, then you're setting yourself up for success, okay? This video's gone on longer than I expected to, but I wanted to get it in good detail, okay? So don't go on these shake diets, these short-term fads. You're probably going to put the weight back on. You're probably going to put more on than when you started. You'll probably lose muscle and bone and organ tissue, okay? Just, they're not sustainable. So use common sense and think, what did we eat evolutionary? What is our body craving? And it's protein and fat, animal products, meat, eggs, cheese, butter, chicken, lamb, etc. Okay? Any questions, pop in the comments, or you can private message me. And if you share this video and like it, if you liked it, that'd be much appreciated. Cheers guys, see ya.